I got a call the other day from this dude named Steve Schiavone, just out of the blue.
Yeah.
We talk once a year, whenever I go to Buffalo. That's when we talk. 2 days before I land, he comes to the hotel, we eat lunch, we smoke a joint, we hug, because he's one of the oldest friends I have in the world from when I was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he knew me when I was the real deal, weapons. We were friends for about, from 83 to 87. And then he met Claudine Jean-Jay's daughter, the chick that killed her husband in Aspen. Dog, this is fucked. This is one of the murders, one of those celebrity murders in Aspen. She was a hot-looking chick, and he was a hot skier. So anyway, me and Steve Schiavone became friends at the In-N-Out House in 1983 because they made original East Coast shit.
Yeah.
The only thing they did was add Sprouts. The first time I bit into one of their sandwiches and I tasted Sprouts, I almost killed the motherfucker. You understand me? I was like, Schiavone, what the fuck is this? And he goes, "There's Sprouts. I'll take them off for you." Lee Syatt, you know me. I don't lie about food. It was the only place where I had the curry chicken on rye bread with fucking lettuce, tomato. It was sensational.
Yeah.
These guys were from Buffalo. He had a fucking owner named Amir who was bald-headed. Kind of a nice guy, but he was a fucking scumbag. The face of that restaurant was Steve Schiavone, and it was the size of this joint.
Yeah.
And I became friends with Steve in 83. And I disappeared. I went back to New York and fucked up and moved into a rocket ship at a park. I was homeless. Then I ended up back in Aspen, and I'm living in the hotel across the street from the In-N-Out House. So I'm going over there and I'm eating on the arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna roast beef with Swiss, put it on the arm, and they like me that I'm in there. I'm the real deal. It's 1984. I got a real New York accent. It's 85.
Yeah.
And I'm living across the street from the hotel. In those days, bro, this is the type of motherfucker I was. Like, when I got bored, that meant it was trying to rob something. So I'd be sitting there watching TV, and I go, TikTok, you know. I'm sitting here watching a football game. There's something out there that needs to be robbed. Like, that's how fucked up I was.
Yeah.
That's how fucked up I was, and I'm not scared to admit this. I would see businesses in the daytime, and I go, I could rob this joint. This joint don't have an alarm. I kick this door down, take this painting. I always had a scam when I was walking. I'd make mental notes. In those days, it's like Joe Rogan said. He goes, the first time I went to Bolton, I looked around, I was like, I can't picture you in 85. It's like a candy store.
Yeah.
It's like a candy store. I could pick this shit off like nothing. I came from New York City where everything is bolted. They bolt you in the bedroom, in the bathrooms. Go to a New York bathroom. They lock you in from the outside and shit. they bolt everything in New York. You know, a place in Aspen. So one night I'm bored to pieces, and I go, how can I break into the sandwich place?
What, the place you
they've been feeding you?
The guy who's been feeding me that. This is how bored I was. Because I knew they made cash.
Yeah.
I knew he only made deposits once a week. Like Fridays. And I knew they did $2-3 grand a day.
Yeah, they're making a deposit a day in your tummy.
In my tummy. Nah, but I was still paying for half price.
Yeah, and are you eating on the arm?
This is how crazy I was, guys. This is how crazy
Oh, my God.
There's only one way in there.
Yeah.
There was, I could go through the front door, kick it, I like Clint Eastwood, but the cops drive by. It's off season. It was the beginning of the season. Or I could kick the window on top out, you know, like the window that flips.
Yeah.
And in those days, I was 185. I was pretty built. I couldn't fit through a thing. I said, how am I going to bust this riddle? Right? And I said, let me do something. And I went on top of the roof of the hotel, which was 3 stories. But I could see the roof. And guess what? They had like a little duct to take hot air.
Oh, yeah.
And I went around the back, and voila, what's behind the back? A fucking ladder that goes right up, that stops over here. I went up there, I picked the fucking thing, and I leaped down there like Spider-Man. I cut like my shoulder. I still probably have a scar. I cut like my shoulder, but nothing. The adrenaline kicks up when you're a burglar. And sure enough, I went in there, and I was correct. That was fucking $1,800 or something. And I made like, I'm not going to tell you, I made a sandwich. I took like a piece of bread, and I walked out the front door like I owned the joint.
Yeah.
The next day, when I went in there like nothing.
A few pieces of meat, maybe.
Like I went in there like nothing.
No meat.
And guess what? I went around the top. I went back. I emptied my pockets. I went back, got on the roof, and screwed everything down again. Like nothing happened. So that's...
You gentlemen.
You know me, dog.
You got it. Yeah. I'm not going to rob them and leave the latch open.
Yeah, the next day I went in there to get a sandwich, and they were all looking at me weird. But Steve Schiavone and I still became friends.
Does he know this? Or
Oh, yeah,
is he going to
like
hear
he-
this and go, you motherfucker?
No, like a
Okay,
year
he
later,
knew- okay.
we were doing blow one night. He got a dog called Kali, a half wolf dog.
Yeah.
And I had a German Shepherd called Hercules. And they used to play with each other, and I was house sitting. And on Friday nights, I would have little cocaine parties. And one night, we got coked up, and he goes, "Dog, did you rob that fucking sandwich place?" And I go, "Come on, you know I did."
Oh, God.
And he goes, "When I went in there and I saw that box,
Yeah.
you're the first person I thought of." He goes, "Till this day, the owner really can't blame you, because how the fuck did you get in there?"
What?
He goes, "I'm gonna lose my job." He goes, "I almost lost my job because they thought I gave you the key."
Oh.
He goes, "The next day we went in there and the door was open. How did you get in
Right,
there?"
yeah.
They didn't even know that I jumped down there like Spider-Man. That's
Yeah.
when I found the fucking way. In those days, that's how I used to find the fucking way. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy fucking story. Huh? Anyway, this podcast is brought to you by MeUndies. Listen to me. There's a reason I've been telling you about MeUndies for months now. They're simply the softest, most comfortable underwear you'll ever have on. Once you try them, you won't want to wear anything else. Trust me when I'm telling you. If you go to my house, my underwear drawer, all you see is a color of different MeUndies. And right now, I'm going to get you 20% off your first pair, plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/Joey. Right now, that's MeUndies.com/Joey. This show is also brought to you by Quip. Here's something to chew on. Many recent studies suggest that having good oral health impacts your overall health, yet most of us do not brush our teeth properly. You can start brushing better today with Quip, the new company that's refreshing people refreshing the way people brush their teeth. Quip is an electronic toothbrush that packs premium vibration and a timer feature into an ultimate slim design. Right now, go to quip.com/Joey to get your first refill pack free with the Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack free at quip.com/Joey. Go to Quip, GETQUIP.com/Joey and get your first refill pack free. Number 3, let me explain something to you. Father's Day's over with, Mother's Day's over with, and you're still walking around with a filthy fucking asshole. Let me tell you something.
Don't do it.
It's June 26th. If your asshole is stinking up a storm now, can you imagine during bikini season when that fucking muffler is overheating with humidity? That shit stopped today. Go to HelloTushy.com. You know why? Because the bidet is back, bitch. No longer do you have to walk around with swamp ass. If your monkey's got wang to it, if your nutsack has a little fucking patois to it, or a certain je ne sais quoi, you don't need that in your life no more. It's summertime. Keep that muffler refreshed and keep those balls and monkey refreshed. Go to HelloTushy.com right now and get
10% off when you go to hellotushy.com/church.
There you go right now. That's who presents this church to you. Coming at you. Kick that mule, Lee. I only play this type of music when one guest is in the house. His name is Steve Byrne. Direct from Pittsburgh. We ain't fucking around here, you understand me? He grew up on the mean streets of Pittsburgh. He ain't one of you fucking okey doke motherfuckers looking at the floor when you tell me you're gonna do something, you fucking nuts. You can learn something from Steve Byrne. It's Tuesday, September 27th. It's the luckiest day of your fucking life, cocksuckers. Listen to Shaft, listen to the guitar. There's when black people were black people. Listen to this shit. These people wouldn't even be invited to BT Awards. Anyways, the Church of What's Happening Now, cocksucker. June 26th, the day the devil was buried at sea, fucked in the ass, gang raped, and etc., etc. Steve Byrne in the house. Who is the man who fucked you up with his little fucking hand? It's sad to believe that Isaac Hayes became a Scientologist after he wrote this. He got scared. You know that shit?
No.
That's why he got that pistachio commercial 3 years ago. You're sitting there going, look, keep that alive. Keep that soul alive, Lee.
Because it kicks in.
It kicks in the real shit.
Isn't that why he left South Park? Not because of it, but it was because of his beliefs.
Yeah.
He decided to leave South Park.
Good to see you, my brother.
Always good
I
to see you.
just read your fucking
Love you.
Twitter and I laugh my ass off. Your little poses. Listen to this.
Huh.
This is what black people and black people. Here we go. Here we go.
I want to go solve a crime. I want to go commit a
I
crime.
want to commit a crime. That's what this music makes you do. Kill this muley.
So funny.
Good to see you, bro. It's the
Always.
truth. This reminds me of being maybe 10 when this came out. This is one of those movies that black people went crazy, and I was part of the movement. Like, I was there. I was a kid, and I saw the impact. And I finally, you weren't cool till you went to see this.
Chef, yeah.
Like, when I was growing up, there was no standing online for Apple. Marvel movies.
No.
If you went to those, you got beat up.
Yeah.
If the plan was to come back and brag to your 10-year-olds that you went to see an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
And people would flip out. Like, how'd you do it? What movie theater? Because then you would find out there was always one chick that didn't ask you.
Yeah.
Like, I went to see The Exorcist, The Longest Yard, Enter the Dragon, all at the same movie theater. Like, I saw Academy Award winners at Tommy. It could be an R-rated movie or it could be a PG movie. She never asked me for a
Oh, that's
fucking
great.
rate. But I still remember going to The Exorcist and the line to go to The Exorcist, and they were like, they're not letting kids in. It's really scary. And I went in there, and she's like, go right ahead. I was like, oh, shit.
Did you look older, though?
No, I was 10.
No.
I was a
Yeah.
10-year-old kid.
Where was the theater? Was it in like a
48th Street and Bergen Line Avenue.
what,
Every time I drive by it, I beep the fucking horn.
is
out
it
of respect.
nice or kind of like more blue collar?
It was blue collar in those days, okay? It was the movie theater. It was 20 blocks from my mother's bar.
Okay.
My mother would let me walk there. And I'm telling you, Tommy, The Longest Yard, French Connection, anything violent like that, I could go back to Catholic school on Monday. And
Barbarella.
I don't remember when going to see Barbarella. But I still remember going to Rocky.
Rocky. Oh,
I
yeah.
still remember seeing The Longest Yard there.
Yeah.
And the movie theater was on their feet, yelling.
And then what
Mean
was it like
Machine.
to actually...
That's why.
I mean,
that's why
crazy,
it was
right?
two different. When I got this, the whole first 2 weeks, all I thought about was me being a kid and walking out of there with John Bender,
Yeah.
Dominic Special, and walking home, and we were the Mean Machine.
Yeah.
That was it. That football season, we were going to be the Mean Machine. We played flag football, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
it's fucking weird. Enter the Dragon, I probably went to see it there every night while it was there. I still remember Enter the Dragon coming out, and like a couple days later, he's dead, and people were like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? Because there was no internet then.
Yeah.
So only Chinese people knew. The news had hit Chinatown, and then it spread outward.
Yeah.
And by the time I got it, I was 3 weeks late to the party. I was heartbroken. I found out like a week after he died.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it, but then they actually...
That's how removed you were from the Asian community?
Well, no, in those days, I went to Chinatown every Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, we all saved up money to go to Chinatown.
Yeah.
We'd go to Chinatown, we'd buy that leather meat. We thought it was cool. We'd buy the ointment to put on our hands to practice the iron palm technique.
Yeah.
Because we would watch it in the movies and shit. We'd get a bag, the canvas bag, and fill it up with like chickpeas and pellets. And every day, like 3 of us would get together in the afternoon,
Pound-
light a little
So
fire.
funny.
We'd burn our hands through the fuck.
So you're not exactly going for your love of the Chinese culture.
We do all that crap.
Yeah.
No reefer then. This is all fucking
Just
off
being a
of kung
kid,
fu
though,
movies.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. When it's funny when I see tributes to Bruce Lee, and I don't see a 40-year-old. Like, I don't see nobody who even remembered the impact
Yeah.
and the disappointment. Like, the impact of Bruce Lee by 1971, by 1972. You fucking knew who Bruce Lee was if you were a kid. Like, he had fucked up. He trumped James Bond. He trumped everybody at that time. That's why Enter the Dragon is James Bond.
Yeah.
They send him to an island, and he meets the chick, and it's James Bond.
Yeah.
he trumped James Bond. Like he had fucked up Clint Eastwood. Charles Bronson was taking it back like this Chinese fucking dude. This can't be.
Yeah.
He fucked up the whole market. Kung fu schools. Everybody started dressing Chinese.
Yeah.
Everybody bought the fucking shirts with the white shirt underneath that you have to roll up the sleeves,
Yeah.
and then you put the black over that with the thing. Everybody bought the shoes, including me. My mom even thought of taking me to a psychiatrist. Like she said, I would eat rice. I would burn incense in my room. I would bow. I was fucking losing my mind.
You're good at math,
I was good at math.
studying the violin.
The whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Karate, breathing. Every night I'd get together with Mario Diaz, who was a Cuban Chinese guy, and these other two dudes, Glenn Colon and this other dude. After dinner, it was well known that after you went to your training,
Yep.
and you went home and ate dinner with your family and then did your homework, if you could talk your mom out of leaving for a half hour at 9 o'clock, we would have a gi over there for you, and we would train. So
Really?
oh yeah, and bro, it was like for a year. Every night we would go there, and no kicking to the head.
Yeah.
Body allowed, no balls. If you want to smack me, to let me know that you could get me. That's cool. And we would go there and kill each other. We'd do a class first. We'd do a form class. One of us, Fu Jiao Pai Kung Fu, he always had beautiful forms.
Yeah.
So we'd do some of his forms, and then we'd just fucking kill each other.
Just destroy each other.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that fucking wall had holes. And I remember his Chinese father came down one day and threw us out. Get the fuck out. I got 2,000 holes in my walls, you fuck. Because you missed the opponent. Everybody was a kicker.
Yeah.
Everybody was Bruce Lee then. Everybody would fight you in a horse stance. Everybody had a straight up side kick. Everybody did the cat noise.
Yeah.
America was doing the cat noise.
Yeah.
But when Bruce Lee died, I know 3 of us, me, Pino, and retarded Mike, we walked around devastated for 6 months. Like, we didn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then the fucking Chinese people, you know, they got no respect when it comes to dollars. They started sending over all these Bruce Lies. And
Oh, yeah.
they-
All the
they-
fake guy.
But
Yeah.
the first motherfucker that tried to break through was, I gotta think of the commercial.
Yeah.
Hong Kong, step aside, Bruce Lee, and make way for Corrado, the Hong Kong cat. And this guy had new chucks only with copper on the bottom of them. You know, copper tubing for plumbing.
Oh, yeah.
He added up a step, and the movie starts where he's fucking 2 guys up, and all of a sudden they're, Corrado, come in for dinner. And he's like, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And he goes in the house and he eats. I forget the plot. And
Yeah, he's a
shit.
punctual badass.
But once that shit started, I never even went to see Game of Death the first time. Like when they released
Yeah,
Game
because
of
they
Death.
patch that together. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go none of those. I was done. All those Bruce. I didn't go to the first festival I went to was '93, his 20th anniversary. They did this thing. They released Dragon in New York. I was there.
Oh, yeah.
93. I went to the festival. It was
It's
pretty
a good
cool.
movie, yeah.
Dragon was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking good.
It was like a Disney version of.
Right.
You know,
Bruce
yeah.
Lee's real life,
Yeah.
you know. They didn't show him people spitting at him and calling him you chink fuck and all that shit. They didn't
Yeah.
show none of that,
No.
which was the truth. They
Yeah.
didn't really fucking dig him at first, you know.
No.
Then, when they started digging him, the Chinese started hating him because he's teaching Kung Fu to white people. And they're like, dog, you can't be teaching Kung Fu to white people. That's our secret weapon. That's how
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck these motherfuckers up in the year 2017.
But he shows a few white people, then it's in every strip mall across the country between a dry cleaners and a hoagie shop, you know?
It was...
Crazy.
Karate schools were mobbed.
Yeah.
Karate schools, every teacher started at 3:30, and he didn't get out of there till 10. And it was all hour classes.
Yeah.
You know, kids, advanced kids, men's 13 to 15, 21, and then if you were good 13 to 15, you could stay till 10 and spar and the whole thing, and that was me.
Yeah.
I was one of those nerds, man, till fucking sophomore year in high school. I would hang out with those morons on the weekends who, you know, when I stopped hanging out with them is when I started doing drugs. Like, I couldn't do drugs around them.
Yeah.
So I had my reefer friends and my drinking friends, and I had my karate friends. My karate friends went to the city on Saturdays, and we went to karate stores, Honda.
Yeah.
And we would sit there and dream, someday I'm going to get that pad. You know, wow, it's $56. That's a lot of money. And then we'd get like a protein drink in the city, and we'd go to a Chinatown and go to a kung fu movie. My other buddies were like, fuck it. we'd smoke a joint and do THC crystal, gorilla biscuits,
Jesus Christ.
angel dust, and we'd go into Chinatown and
Yeah.
eat that leather and buy fireworks and stolen shit.
Either way, you're throwing Chinese stars at something.
Yeah,
right.
We would buy Chinese stars, but there was only one thing with Chinese stars: they never came sharpened. So you go home and start throwing them at people, and nothing would happen. They would just go, "Ouch!" and you're expecting the fucking star to stick in their arm or something.
Oh my God.
You had to find somebody to fucking sharpen them, and people were like, "Nah, I ain't sharpening them." There was one guy we found in a hardware store in the Bronx. He'll sharpen anything. He'll sharpen anything for $3.
Was he in the hardware store, or just like behind the hardware store? Like, they can't have little kids with throwing stars. Especially
Yeah, when you buy those stars, you could buy them at right around the corner in Lancashire.
Yeah, you can buy them anywhere. Yeah.
At Gene LaBelle's place.
Yeah.
There's only one, by the way. They're not fucking sharp.
No.
You got to get those things to somebody who's got the and do all four sides, and you can cut a finger. You have to put like your finger in
Don't
between.
those things go into they can't come out or something, or tears
Oh, those
everything
things
up?
are a nightmare. When those things are sharp, you could fuck somebody's world up with those things.
Jesus, don't give him ideas.
I had a friend one time throw a dart at his brother. It was brilliant. We still talk about it when we get together at a barbecue. She was giving him shit. He was giving her shit, and she was playing darts. And she's like,
dart?
say that to me one more time.
Lawn darts?
Those fucking darts that you throw at the wall, like they stick in the pad, and people play at bars.
Darts.
Okay, the small ones. I thought it was like the long
And
ones.
we were outside. It was a pool party.
Yeah.
And everybody was having a good time, and it was brother sister. They got into an argument. The sister's like, "Say that again to me, and I'll fucking throw this dart at your head." And he called her like a fucking cunt. And he goes, "Really?" And she just started whipping stars at him, and he's trying to block him. And two of them went right into his kneecap like a rock. And I'll never forget him going down, going, "I'm gonna fucking kill you when I pull this fucking thing out." And then pulling it out like nothing, like it was just another day at the fucking thing. What's up, Steve Byrne? Talk to me, brother.
Dude, good to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
How was the special? How was the reports on
Showtime
the
special? Yeah, it was good. Yeah, they were all happy with it. People checked it out. It's on Showtime now. You could stream it. It's called "Tell the Damn Joke," and I'm not one of those guys that has an hour every year like some people. I try to do it every 2.5 years, maybe 3, because I want it to be pretty good. But I think like hours are done now. Hours are not special anymore because there's so many. I think it's like the TV show is almost like the new hour special, because to get that, it's really difficult. It's hard to get. Whereas nowadays, I mean, you remember 10 years ago, to get a Comedy Central half hour was almost unattainable. You had to really work your ass off for it. But then everybody got it. And now with CISO and Netflix and Showtime, HBO, and everything, now it's like...
Every time you turn your head, there's no billboard.
There's a new hour.
Sunset.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like weird, because now they're going to become very... Oh, I don't need to watch this one. I'll just wait till I get 10 of them.
Yeah.
And watch them all at one time, like binge watching. I watched TJ Miller's.
Yep.
I don't have Showtime. So I don't have Showtime. I don't know what my wife. I go, "What happened?" She goes, "I took it out of the package because we don't watch anything. Dexter got canceled." I didn't fucking know. I didn't even know what
You
shit
weren't
I had.
consulted on this.
I was what?
You were not consulted on this decision.
No.
How was TJ's special?
Different.
Yeah.
For HBO, it was very different. I applaud him. You know what I'm saying?
He's always been different, though. He's always
he's a different
eccentric
dude,
and
man.
taking chances and risks.
Yeah. You know, it was different. I watched it in 2 times. You know, I can't watch anybody's special a whole hour anymore.
Yeah.
I watch the first half hour, digest it. I think about something, and I go back, watch half of it, and then
Yeah.
watch the rest of it, and see how he does the whole sequence and the whole thing. And
Yeah.
he's a neat kid, man.
He's a good dude, too,
He's a
on
neat
top of
kid.
it. But I think it's weird, because, like, if you're a musician, like, you hear all those stories about the Beatles and Hendrix and the Beach Boys, and they were all listening to each other and influencing each other. And I think some stand-up isn't like that, though. I don't think most stand-ups sit down and watch other comics. I think stand-ups are just more isolated, and they aren't willing to be influenced, because I think part of you is scared of, like, something bleeding through and taking away from your own individuality, I guess. But I don't know, it's like I haven't seen an hour special in a long time until Chappelle's 2 came out, and then I was like, I'm watching these.
What'd you think?
I thought the first one was fucking great, and the second one was good.
Really? I thought the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
So everybody has different opinions.
Yeah.
It's
but they're still great. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
They're
yeah.
still, it's like it's still him. He's at the top of his game. He always is. But I thought the first one was just like fucking lights out.
my favorite thing, Steve Byrne, as a comic. Number two, like, you have your favorite things as a fucking. I love getting high and sneaking into the original
Yeah.
and sitting in the back in the old days when nobody used to be back there.
No. Yeah.
See, 10 years ago, there was nobody back there.
Yeah.
So you could sit back there, and people thought you were a customer with a glass of water.
Yeah.
They didn't know you were a comic. And I loved getting there about 10 after 9, even though your spot's at 11,
Yeah.
getting nice and stoned and just sitting and watching comedy.
Yeah.
And it used to be the best for me. Like, just to see why these guys were at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Like, I used to say, well, let's see what the fuck. There's got to be something.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're in there, we get off stage, we killed, and somebody goes up there, we watch for 3 minutes, but our energy's flying. We can't sit in there no more. That's
Yeah.
it. The original, I got to get the fuck out of here. I got to breathe. I need some
Yeah.
air. I just did 15 fucking minutes and worked my ass off. But there's times for me to watch comedy. I got to tell you something, guys. It doesn't work for me at the house. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Doesn't come. Even my special, first time I watched 20 minutes. Ugh.
Oh, you're on?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I put it on CISO, but
Well, it's tough to watch
I
your
love
own
live
stuff.
comedy still.
It's
I
still the best
realized
way, yeah.
I loved it. I still realize after 26 years that I still loved what I used to go to the Comedy Works as a fucking construction estimator.
Yeah.
And I'd sit in the back and drool and go, fuck, how do I do this?
Yeah, every now and then, like at the store, I'll be walking through and I'm like, oh, I'll just watch.
It's
like, I
really
saw,
good.
I saw Garland the other night. I was watching Garland, and he just was on this rant, and it was so fucking funny. And I became a customer. And it's been a long time since I wasn't a
There you
comedian
go.
judging or whatever. Just,
It's really a
just like,
fucking
oh,
great
fuck,
thing.
I was dying, yeah.
You leave there feeling really good. Even
And
if
inspired.
you bomb, yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's nights you go down there, you look at your schedule, and you go, who's up there? And you know what? What am I going to do? Sit in the house and torture myself till fucking 10:45? That's what you do. At 8 o'clock, you're like, why am I here?
Yeah.
I'm going to write now? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm going to play with the kid or go on the fucking computer and see what's on Facebook. Let me just go down there.
Well, that's the great thing about this store, though, is the camaraderie, too, is that the other night, I got these kids now, I got the wife, I drive out from Pasadena, I go into the store, I do my set, fun crowd, fun room, Sebastian's up next, I'm like, I haven't seen him in a while, I'm going to watch Sebastian. I watch Sebastian, dying.
Dying.
Ross goes up, Jeff Ross, watch him, fucking dying.
Two different styles.
Two different styles.
Two different styles.
And then Ross and I go, dude, that was so fucking great. What are you doing? I'm like, I was going to go, come have a drink with me. We have a drink. Next thing I know, we're at some buddy's birthday party in the hills. Then we go down to One Oak. We go into One Oak. Mike Young is at a booth. It's just like, it made me feel like I was 20 again. It was like, I'm hanging out with comics. It's Saturday. I had no intention of going out. And I just had like the greatest night. And it's because of Ross and Mike Young and Sebastian. And the store's the best.
I love this kid. I love Lee Syatt with all my heart. And I thought that from time to time he would surprise me. Nothing.
Yeah.
I gotta surprise this poor fucking kid.
Yeah.
When I was 28, I would surprise you every other week. It was something.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
machine gun. I got something for you. I'm
Yeah.
28. This is how I live. This guy's watching Orange is the New Black, dying to get married.
You got right for the first
If I
time.
wouldn't fucking talk him out of getting married, he'd be shacked up already.
Yeah.
No, it
But
was
the other night I went down to the store on a Sunday and I watched Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
And when I was at the store in the beginning, he was the guy that I followed.
Yeah.
Betsy Shore just made me follow him. And just walking in there and seeing him, then I tell him, don't you want to go back and talk to him? And I'm like, you know what? Not really.
Yeah.
Just seeing him brings back all these memories. And sometimes you fucking need that, man.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah, I think that, it's weird because it goes in ebbs and flows. Like, I did this hour special. I put it out there. You work your ass off for 2.5 years. You put it out. And a few years ago, you put out an hour special. You get some tweets back. Oh, great. Everything's so diluted now because they're flooding the market with gold. And I feel like these corporations, and I don't blame them. They got to find content. They've got to provide, content for their subscribers. So they're doing what they can, and comedy's so cheap. So they're making all these hour specials. But I feel like all these different networks that are doing that are putting out all this content, and eventually it's going to get saturated, and the people that are going to suffer the most are the comics, because we're going to have to go through this period again where after the 80s, in the 90s, there was this lull, and then the internet came in. Dane Cook blew it up, and then slowly, I think the internet helped advance so many comics to get their word out, to get the material out. And, I mean, look at, like, Louis. I mean, the guy's releasing shit on his website, and that wasn't possible 10 or 15 years ago because there was no internet, prior to, like, all the capabilities we have now. So I just think it's a weird time for stand-up. And me personally, when I put the hour out, I was so proud and everything, but I just needed to be inspired again and going there and then seeing everybody and seeing all the great work and seeing, just all the, I don't know, just being in the shop again got me like, you got to get back to work again.
You got to go to the store. You got to go to the store
Yeah.
at least one. Listen, I'm 54. When I walk in the store, I feel like a pedophile, number one. Number two, I still remember being 37 and being a regular at the store. And there were these 50-year-olds that would sit there at night, like, begging for a spot.
Yeah.
I used to feel bad for them. Listen, I could get 5 spots a week if I call.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't, I'll go to the I'll go to fucking, Flappers. I'll hide. I like to hide. I love going to the Ice House, but if I go to the store once a week, that's going to batting cages for me enough.
Yeah.
Problem with the store is you go down there, you have a 10:30 spot. You do bump into somebody you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
You go in the back, you have a drink, you smoke a joint. I still
Yeah.
got to drive up a Laurel Canyon, dog.
Yeah.
That's a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not you're in Hollywood, and I'm too old to leave my car and come back in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
That worked when you're 35, and
Yeah.
people understood it. When you're 54, like, really? You know what I'm saying? You couldn't
Still
just-
got it. I still
Yeah.
got it. Okay.
So it just feels really weird. But going to the store is still a stripe on my shirt.
Yeah. Look, when you think about all the great clubs, the store started it, And the fact that you're part of that legacy, you're part of that history, you're part of one of those bricks that will always be there. I mean, to get your name painted on the wall, it's still to this day. Yeah, you can get those hour specials, but it's a very select few that get past the Comedy Cellar. It's a very, very select few that get past the Comedy Store. And I think that's really the badge of honor. At the end of the day, when all this is said and done, one day I'm going to take my kids and go, I was a regular here. I used to come here all the time, and I was part of this history. And it'll still be around, and I know there'll be some relevant comics back then, but to know that these kids get to go, oh, my dad did that shit. That's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, your dad's name is right up on that wall. Pretty sweet.
All right, so I got here January 29th. I get to the Improv. In those days, it was, when did you get here? 97?
2004?
All right, so I was here 7 years ahead of you. So
Yeah.
when I got here, it was supposed to be the big Latin explosion. Toughest ticket on Monday night was the Laugh Factory Latino night. Couldn't
Yeah.
get in there. People line up outside. Pablo,
Oh, yeah.
Paul, Carlos, fucking crazy. Pablo was unreal. Man.
Yeah.
When he did Seinfeld in Spanish and shit. Oh my God. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then the Improv had a Latin night. So because of Latin night, I got passed in the Improv right away.
Yeah.
And then the Laugh Factory, he hated me, Jamie. But Gilbert ran Monday night. So Monday night, I got spots. I got
good,
20-minute spots. That's all that mattered. He wouldn't even step foot in there on Monday nights. He didn't even know who was going up on Mondays. So that was good. The Comedy Store was the one that since day one, people always came up to me and said, Mitzi, haven't seen you yet? And
Yeah.
I'd go, no. And they go, oh, boy, that's your club. And
Yeah.
I'd go, what are you talking about? And then Angel Salazar worked with him, and he's like, bro, wait till Mitzi sees you. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And sure enough, I was a
Part of the
regular.
club.
I was a regular within a month.
Wow.
I was here. I got here January 19th. I
Yep.
became a regular on my birthday.
Oh, fuck.
February 19th.
Really?
I wasn't even here a month, but I got on the list, and they said 6-month waiting list.
Yeah.
Doug Stanhope sponsored me, and somebody else. It was like 2 or 3 people called. Scott Day.
Okay.
And Scott Day called me on a Friday at 6, dog. And he goes, listen, I got a fallout for Sunday. You want to go up in front of Mitzi?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I was like, this is it. I went up, did 3 minutes. She goes, can you come back next week and do 10? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Are you really Cuban? I like Cuban people. You know, maybe you should dress up like Fidel and get a beard and go up there and tell jokes. People would like that. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I hope she's not serious.
Yeah.
And the next week I went up there, did my 10, and she's like, you're a regular now.
Ah, that's great.
And I was like, oh my God. But I couldn't get a manager, could not get an agent, could not get anybody to talk to me. Montreal, fuck you.
Yeah.
It was like a fuck you fest. But the only person who gave me spots every week was Mitzi Shaw.
That's all that mattered because you're doing the work.
And it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Those days, it was like, you know what, bitch? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm following Paul Mooney
Yeah.
4 nights a week. What have you done lately, bitch? And I've died all 4 nights, but what have you done? Eventually, you figure out the puzzle. See,
Yeah.
and that's what that forced me to do.
Yeah.
Like Paul Mooney, I always tell people, Richard Pryor showed me the door. Paul Mooney really showed me how to go through it because he was always on before me.
Yep.
And I didn't know how long he was going to do, so I'd have to sit there. Sometimes it was 25. Sometimes it was 45. Sometimes it was 55. But I'd be watching him. And for the first 3 months, I couldn't figure out the puzzle of following. It was not going up there and doing your 8:30 show material.
Yeah.
It's 1:45. Take that material and light it on fire and save that for old people at a casino because this
Yeah.
ain't going to work at the store at 12:45.
Yeah.
It makes you fucking just start talking fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, when I was at the Comedy Cellar, my first 7 years, Lampanelli or I did the 145 or 130 spots. So we had to close out the show. And so Chappelle would come in. Comics would leave. They go, oh, I'm going home. Because he'd do 2 hours, 3 hours. But I never left. I always fucking stayed. I always stayed. And I was like, I'm going to follow him. 23, 24 years old. Following him, you're like, what I was really doing was learning how to follow.
Figure the puzzle out.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
all it
Crack
is.
the puzzle.
Figure
Yeah.
out-
So
figure the puzzle.
all those 7 years, Chappelle, Chris Rock, Seinfeld, Robin Williams, didn't matter. I was like fearless. I was like, I will follow anybody because that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn, and I always knew that early on that I'm gonna use this as like the Comedy Cellar was college to me, and yeah, I think ultimately what you realize after following all those people is the audience. I think a young comic goes, oh fuck, how am I gonna match Chappelle? How am I going to be on the same scale? It's like you're not. Because once Chappelle leaves, the audience has flipped the page. Yeah, they're excited, but showtime, go. We're waiting. Let's go. Let's get to your fucking shit. So you got to smash them quick, and you got to keep that train going. Otherwise, you're going to die exactly all the things that you're thinking as you're sitting in the back of the room.
Oh, my God. You sit back there, and you're like, oh, shit. And then they would close. Like, Paul Mooney wouldn't even bring you up.
Yeah. He'd just leave?
He just put the mic in and say, good
Oh,
night.
fuck.
Good night, Negroes. And you had to run up there and go, keep it going for Paul Mooney. And the nut, like if you said something else about Paul Mooney,
Yeah.
you just died.
Yeah.
Like I figured that out quick. Every time you go, Paul Mooney's a funny guy, keep it going for one more time. The Godfather, you just died.
Yeah.
You just died. Now they're going to go, okay, so he's the Godfather. What do you got for us?
Yeah.
No. You got to go up there and keep it going for Paul Mooney. What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? And you just got to jump on him.
Yeah.
You cocksuckers. It's 12:45. I'm here to sling dick and give out bubble gum. I got a gram of rock in my pocket. I'm ready to snort some blow and eat somebody's asshole. And then you go into material.
Yeah. All right, you got our attention.
Yeah, you fumigated the room. You
Yeah.
just fumigated the room.
Yeah.
So now we're down to 8, but I'm getting that $15.
Yeah.
At the store, it was the battle for $15. Like they have Battle for Network Stars, they brought it back.
Yeah.
At the store, it was like, listen, Joey, there's 3 people. But if you want to go to $15, we'll let you go up for 1. We'll go sit in that. Like that. It was that bad at the store. When I was there. You need the $15 is $15 in those days.
Yeah.
5 more, and I got a 20 from Chewy. You know what I'm saying? But you learned.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something that comedy teaches you. When you bite into comedy, you eliminate one of the biggest fears in your life. Mm-hmm. There's something about getting into stand-up comedy that's where the biggest high is. Because from the beginning, when you come to me, Lee, we're your three best friends. Me, Lee, and Tom Segura. And we're fucking construction workers, and we giggle. And you come to all three of us one night and go, so Tuesday night is my first open mic, guy. And we all look at you like, this is Pittsburgh. What open mic you talking about, Steve Byrne? I'm going to try comedy, man. I've always wanted to be a comedian. All three of us are going to fucking laugh at you and whatever and goof on you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you we love you, and we'll be down there to support you. And you're going to bomb. And we're going to crack jokes on you for the next 3 weeks and shit.
Yeah.
You're going to crack some jokes tonight or something where you're going to whisper that night you're on stage and they're going to call you fucking Stevie Whispers. Something. You know what I'm saying? There's always something. And there's so much to overcome. Plus the income factor.
Especially early on, yeah. That's the toughest
That's the toughest thing.
Yeah.
So when you make that commitment and the one day you go, that's it, I'm going to become financially independent doing comedy.
Yeah.
I made $800 last month. If I made $800 last month, I'm going to go for $900 this month.
Yeah.
And you actually make $925, and then let me go for $1,100, and that's what it becomes. It really becomes. But that first $300, it's hard.
Yeah.
That first, like when I first started comedy, my lucky thing was I was making $200 a month doing comedy. My first year of comedy, I made $2,400 as a host at a restaurant on Tuesdays from 8 to 10. $200 a month. They gave me a menu. I'd go in there during the week and order Sauvignon Blanc. Let me get a Blanc, put it on my Tuesday tabs. Whatever the fuck it is. I don't know wine. But that was, I made money from the beginning. $200 a month. That don't do nothing. But I would also sell Valium and Coke. So at my shows on Tuesday, I would make you buy a ticket. They thought I was selling tickets, but not really. Steve Byrne, you want something? Yeah. Where can I meet you? Meet me at the broker at 8:30. What's going on at the broker? I'm doing comedy. Do I have to pay to get in? Yeah, $10. Who gives a fuck? I'm going to give you the best Coke in town. I'll see you at 11:30. I just hang up on you. And then Steve Byrne comes and he pays for a ticket.
Yeah.
I give him a gram and maybe a quarter. He gives me $90. I gave me a little extra. Thanks for coming. You know what I'm saying? Sit down and get a drink. I'm selling. Like, I did a contest.
Yeah.
And after the first week, I watched it and I realized this guy didn't win because he was funny. This guy won because he brought 11 idiots from his job.
Yeah.
So the first time I did, I brought like 8 people. I won. I was the funniest that night, though.
Yeah.
Fuck those motherfuckers. Then the second time, I didn't bring nobody, and I still won. Mm-hmm. The second time, I didn't bring nobody. Then the third time, it was for the finals, and I brought about 20 people from my gambling job, and I won.
Yeah.
And then for the night I won, I brought in like 118 motherfuckers. 80 of them looking for a package of blow. I made them stay till the end, till I got the $500 check in my hand.
Oh, there you go. That's
Once
great.
I got the $500 check in my hand, I celebrated. Cocaine for everybody. I figured out that if I sold drugs at the places, I'd get people to come.
Yeah.
I didn't do it in New York. I would do it sometimes in New York. I would go to New York Comedy Club. You got to bring 3 people.
Yeah.
People would say to me, if you're going into the city, can you pick something up for me? And I go, absolutely. Are you going to meet me in this city? And they go, yeah. I go, do me a favor. Go to the New York Comedy Club at 8 o'clock. I'm doing 4 minutes. Pay to get in.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the Coke when I'm there. Or sometimes I make them come and I make them give me a ride to Harlem. You didn't get it yet? Nah, I got to go to Harlem. Motherfucker! We thought you were going to have it. I was, but I got chased by the cops. I didn't get chased by no fucking cops.
Yeah, but the toughest, I think, like, especially at the beginning, you worry about how am I going to make money.
That's the toughest thing.
Psychologically, the toughest thing, once you try stand-up the first time, it'll never get scarier than that. You already did it. The first time you do it is the most, that's the trial by fire. Because the whole time you're waiting to do it, you're scared as fuck. How's this going to go? You have no idea. You don't have any wherewithal of what you're doing or comprehending anything. You can't read the crowd. You don't know how to do crowd work. You don't know how to do material because you don't have material. I think once you finish that first time, some people get scared off after doing it the first time. Like, oh, I can never do that again. It's like, it'll never get harder than what you just did. Now you have some semblance of experience. So you can only get better from there because at least now you kind of got a lay of the land. But so many people cut tail and run after that first time, which, it's fine. But for me, I was always of the mindset of like, once you did it, it's like, it's all downhill from here.
Like this fucking guy, look at him. Once he ate a pot cookie, it was all downhill after that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, whenever you ever had a single edible, I'm okay.
How long was your procrastination period, Steve Byrne, from the thought to getting on stage?
Well, I worked at Caroline's Comedy Club just sweeping the floors and answering the phones. Never been to a stand-up show ever in my life. And then I watched like a new talent showcase that they had on Thursday nights at Caroline's, and I was like, that looks like fucking fun. So 4 months, I worked up the nerve, and I wrote some stuff I thought was funny, and I went up at Stand Up New York for my first set ever. Went really well. And then the next week I went to New York Comedy Club, and this guy named Roger Paul was in the audience, and he gave me his card. He goes, how long you been doing it? I go, twice. He goes, what? I go, I've been on stage twice. He goes, meet me tomorrow. So I met him, and I had a manager after my second time on stage, and then he started putting me on the road. I was emceeing. I was making shit money, but I didn't give a fuck. The money didn't mean anything to me. I was working. I was doing
That's all that matters,
stage time. That's all that mattered.
How long
to
did
me.
it take you to fire Roger?
I think maybe like 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. But then I was working. Once I got past at the Cellar, all the clubs in New York City fell like dominoes. And the Cellar was the first club I got past at. Then the Comic Strip, then Gotham, then Stand Up New York. All the clubs fell in line. And then all of a sudden, I just stayed in New York for 5-6 years. I just stayed in New York, and I made a living doing 8 or 9 spots on a Friday, 8 or 9 spots on a Saturday. And I would make, you make $75, $100 a set. I mean, that's good money for 23, 24 years. I was able to live in the city in Manhattan just doing stand-up for 7 years, and then got a half hour out of that. And then I started seeing all the comics in New York, and I was like, they all kind of plateaued. And I was like, not a lot of these guys are all funny, but they don't have shows. They're not in movies. And I was like, I got to move to L.A. because these guys have conquered New York. I conquered New York, but I want more. I want everybody. I want everything. And that's when I moved to L.A.
Did you want movies in the beginning? When you first got into stand-up, did you think about it?
No, I just thought about stand-up because I was so
Me too.
infatuated that, like you said, it was like the greatest high. I'm not a drug guy or anything. I drink whiskey, but it's like nothing to me in life compares to having a notebook, writing something, just the thought, and then going that night to the club and slowly figuring out the puzzle, how to piece it together.
How to piece it.
And to me, that is the greatest. It's so redemptive. I don't know. There's just nothing better than that, other than my family.
I still can't believe I do it. Like when I'm in a car on the way to an airport, I can't believe what just happened. I just did 5 shows. People showed up. They laughed. I took a bunch of pictures. And right before I'm getting out of the car at the airport, I'm like, how the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
And I think back to 94, 93, driving a limo in L.A. and then New York, and stopping at New York Comedy Club. In those days, I think I did New York Comedy Club and something else, Uptown, and everything else was Hamburger Hillies and
Old
Triple
N.
N.
Yeah,
and,
holy shit, yeah.
Oh, I used to do all
Been
that
all those,
shit.
yeah. That's so
your
funny.
old Triple N. Look at this poor bastard. The old Triple N opened up at 11. You didn't get on until 3:30
2 blocks
in
from
the
the
morning.
Cellar. Yeah.
It was something that when I went to New York, I realized how hard I had to work.
Yeah.
Like I had to really go, well, if I want to do this, this is what I need to do. What I'm doing right now is completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
But I can't do this in this large scale. I was 181st Street was my hell. I could go there with $25 and get a gram of tremendous cocaine.
Yeah.
And it was always my pit stop, whether I was going over or coming back. You always got $25.
Yeah.
I would go, but they were open till 2,
Yeah.
And they were always there, So I was like, I'm never going to grow with that shit, that accessible.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. I don't mind driving a half hour, but that kind of deters it for a guy like me. But this shit of just walking a mile, because I lived in Fort Lee.
Yeah.
I could just walk over the bridge, hook a left, walk around, boom. And then
You're right there, yeah.
And then I take an A train down, and I take the bus back over Port Authority so the cops wouldn't even see me.
It's right on the west side.
What the fuck
ACE.
you think you're dealing with Joey Bananas? I would teach.
So,
I could go over there and get 3 ounces of coke, and nobody would ever know. Everybody's getting pulled over because they're watching for cars.
Yeah.
And they would go, how the fuck do you do it? I go, watch me.
Yeah.
I'd walk over the bridge like nothing happened, make the left, walk, pick up 3-4 ounces of blow, walk over, get a Cuban meal on 176th Street and go away. And then I'd walk down to the train station, and I'd take the A train down, walk around 42nd Street for 2-3 minutes, get a steak on a stick with the white bread. You know me, dog. I'm the old real deal. If you got hepatitis, I got it. I was the first one buying those steaks on the sticks from Arabs and putting Frank's hot sauce on them with a can of Coke. That was my fucking diet for about a year in NYC, dog.
Yeah.
My spot was the guy right outside the fucking Port Authority across from Porno World. Before they cleaned it up, there was a big porn thing, and the Laugh Factory moved in there for a while.
Yeah.
Right there with him. If you
Like
cross the street, that's the movie theaters right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right there. He was right there for years. You walk by, he'd be cooking those little goat meat on a steak. I didn't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I had $62.
Yeah.
25 was going to Coke. You know, I still needed beer. I still needed
$3
to
for
buy,
goat meat.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was $2.
$2 for
with
goat
a piece
meat,
of Wonder Bread. Come on,
Yeah.
though. Who's better than you? A can of Coke with Frank's hot sauce. Frank's
so
hot
funny.
sauce kills the germs.
Yeah.
That New York living was hard for me. That was too hard. 93.
Really? Where did you live in New York?
I lived in Fort Lee. I signed up for a boxing gym in Port Authority, right across the street, upstairs on the second floor. $60 a month, and they gave me a locker.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my suit in there, an extra pair of jeans, toothbrush, hair gel, T-shirts, shorts, just in case you're in the city, you got to rock and roll. You get an audition. You know me. In those days, I was Johnny Hustle. I was horrifically bad.
Yeah.
I would go to auditions, and they would just look at me and go, "Oh God." I thought I wanted to be an improv guy.
Yeah.
And the only character I had was one, a junkie. Like, do your famous character. And I would nod and then go, "Yeah, man." Anybody got a new newspaper? What else do you got? That's it. Thank you for coming in. They just saw 85 junkies. Everybody in New York was a junkie in those days. So, like, I just was, and it wasn't working for me. So I said, for me to really make it work, I got to move back to Colorado. But if I move back to Colorado, I got to make a deal with myself. My whole focus will be stand-up.
Yeah.
7 nights a week, six fucking every fucking night. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
I made it my focus for a year and a half.
I always thought, I know this sounds so stupid, but that Sinatra song, New York, New York, that line, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
It's the truth.
I always felt
Absolutely.
that way. And I always thought one day you're going to feel like when you feel like you did enough in New York, that's when you move. And when I was doing, again, like 9 shows a night on a Friday or Saturday, every club, I was like, you did it. As a comic, you've done every fucking room you can do. So why not go get the rest of the country
Using the
now?
Dangerfields too?
Oh, Dangerfield. Yeah. That was my spot. Because that was the only place in the city you could do 30 minutes. A 30-minute set. And then great burgers.
Do you still do it?
I haven't been in Dangerfields in probably 10, 12 years. I stopped in probably 12 years ago to say hi to the staff and have a drink. And that was kind of it. But
I've never performed there. I'd like to perform there before they close it someday.
you should still use rotary phones from back in the day. And the thing I loved about performing at Dangerfields wasn't necessarily the crowds, because there was never crowds there unless it was Friday, Saturday. It's Bridge and Tunnel coming in and out. We got to go, you take the old lady to Dangerfield. It's a hot spot, right? But Monday, Tuesday, man, there's fucking nobody there. But the best was Tony, the owner. He had all these stories about Dangerfield, and I would just sit and just tell me another story. And he had all these great fucking stories about Dangerfield, like when they did the premiere for Caddyshack in Hollywood. All the stars are pulling up in front of Man's Chinese Theater. Limos. Chevy Chase comes up in a limo. Ted Knight comes up in a limo. And Dangerfield, no respect. He pulls up in a tow truck, and his car's getting towed by the tow truck, and he gets out, and he tips the tow truck driver, going, "Make a loop around, I'll be back in a minute." And he's saying, "I might take a picture." It's just like, that is so fucking funny to me that he, even at the premiere, he was like, "It's still no respect. I gotta get a joke out of this." Fucking so funny.
I loved him.
Oh God.
It's
Still to this day kills, by the way. I mean, you could go back and watch a Dangerfield
still
set,
watch
and you're like,
once a
God
month.
damn it, it's so fucking funny.
I don't know what happened. I think I saw him on the Tonight Show.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a word on the street that he was in the movie. And that's it. Like, everybody I know, like 6 of us. I'll never forget that. It was a hot summer day. We bought beers. Like, these guys showed up with beers. And they're like, "We're going to the new Rodney movie." I'm like, and it was easy money. And from the beginning, That's how old I am, dog. I went
Yeah.
to see Easy Money in the movie theater.
Billy Joel did the theme song.
Oh my God!
Easy money. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my God! And he's going through the paperwork, and he's finding money and horse tickets and rolling papers. And the
Did you write that movie? Sounds like your life.
Who?
Joey Diaz.
No, man, they were thinking of redoing it, and
Yeah.
they won't redo it. The wife said,
Yeah.
"Not in a million years," and I gotta respect it. If they redid it, I'd like Joe Pesci's part.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci's part
Yeah.
was off the fucking chain. He was a good. When the scene opens and he's trimming his armpit hair, and he lives at his mother's house, that's all hysterical.
Yeah.
You couldn't, unless you're part of that. The wedding with the Puerto Rican guy.
Yeah.
Call me dad. Why don't you call me dad? All that shit is classic. That chick that played the daughter, she went on to become somebody fucking huge. I still use that line from when the mother walks in and says, "Look at you. Your eyes are bloodshot and you smell of reefer and alcohol and God knows what else," or something.
Yeah.
And he slays into her. And then all that scene about, where it's shake and bake. Really? Where's your father? He's taking baby pictures. What type of baby is up at 9 o'clock at night? They go right to a strip club.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Show it to me, you dirty whore." That's a classic scene.
Yeah.
And then Joe Pesci gets into it. The guy grabs the chick. He grabs
Yeah.
her tits, and the guy comes on and goes, "Oh, whoa, what's going on?" And Joe's like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And he goes, "Who are you? Who am I? Who am I? I'm the guy that put the bathrooms in this joint." And if you know anything about East Coast people,
That's so, yeah.
every once in a while,
Yeah.
somebody, "Who am I? Who am I? You know who I
Yeah,
am?
I put the bathrooms in this.
Do you know who I
So
am?
great,
You know who my cousin is?
Yeah.
Wait, who's your cousin? Let me tell you. Come here. Nikki Tuna. Who's Nikki Tuna? You're like, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking about? And you're like, okay, I get it. Your cousin's in the mob or something. But they said, "You know who am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm the guy that put the bathrooms in this joint."
I don't know what I'm supposed to do for that guy. What do you do for the guy who put the bathrooms in the place? Are you supposed to respect him?
In his mind. And then the guy says to him, "No wonder the place smells like shit." And Joe Pesci jumps over.
Yeah.
And then they're at the restaurant and they're trying to eat all his food. That scene is brilliant.
Yeah.
The most brilliant scene in that movie that not too many people catch is him and whatever at the park eating hot dogs. But he gets something different.
Mhm.
And they're sitting there, and all of a sudden he's like, "I don't know if this diet's going to work." And he says, "It's got to work. You got to do it for your family. If you got to do it for love."
Mhm.
And all of a sudden Joe Pesci goes, "Look at that guy over there. You see that over there? That's real love." And they show a guy with a rain jacket on, bouncing a kid off his thing with a hat on, like very incognito.
Yeah.
He's rubbing the kid's back. And Joe Pesci goes, "You see that?"
Oh, I'm sure this is gonna be
He
so
goes,
nice.
"You see that over there? That's love. Look at the way that." No, Rodney's selling it to Nicky. "Nicky, you see that? That's love. Look at the way he's bouncing that kid off his lap. That's a father's love." And all of a sudden the mother comes into the scene with the cop. And she goes, "There he is, my little precious Jimmy." And he goes, "Who's this?" And he goes, "I don't know. I was just sitting here minding my own business, and the kid jumped on my lap." And he goes, "Can I see an ID, please?" And very subtly, you hear the guy goes, "ID, it's in my other rain jacket." You don't really hear it, but
Yeah.
you hear it. Like, that is a brilliant... Like, that movie had so many little...
Subtle.
funny...
Yeah.
All those movies from the 80s still make me... I just watched... What did I watch on the road 2 days ago? And I gotta tell you something, it took me for a mental ride.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Breakfast Club will fuck with your head. You'll think about a bunch of shit you were doing back in the 80s, eating pussy and shit.
Yeah.
You want everybody's eating somebody's pussy like Molly Ringwald. I had a girlfriend like Molly Ringwald, had a freckle on her pussy. I loved it. Those redheads always got a freckle somewhere. Their titties, their pussy. I had a girlfriend just like Molly Ringwald for all of my. I love those redheads.
Yeah. Ginger. Pale.
Yeah, I love redheads. Yeah, pale, but they gotta have a little color to
Dude,
them.
I don't see you as a discerner. I think anything.
What do you mean?
Would you back in the day anything, right? As a dude,
I don't like short girls.
that's not.
Like
It's
short,
not too bad. I
stocky
mean,
women.
yeah.
I don't like short, stocky.
Like a
women.
gymnast?
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, pussy's pussy, but I don't like it. I want to be. I want a little sleeker, a little taller.
Yeah.
I like them around 5'6", 5'7". I like a woman that'll take an elbow and not call 911. You know what I'm saying? You can elbow her in the throat. It's all right. It just happens from time to time. That's a joke, people. You know, I like them sometimes built.
Yeah.
You know, I like them dirty. Like that chick at the Comedy Store, the one waitress, that's a big girl. She's from Michigan, big girl. She always wears yoga pants. Her ass is huge. I would tear that ass up if I wasn't a married dude. She even has a dirty look to her, like she goes to work without washing her bush. Like she's one of those girls that leaves.
She
the
washes
house.
everything else.
She
But
washes in the morning at
this
8.
decade.
She goes at 8 and washes a monkey, but by
Yeah.
6 she goes to work without washing the monkey. And you go up and down those fucking belly room stairs 10 times. They'll bring that wang out of that monkey, you know what I'm saying? Every time I see her, I'm like, her pussy's so fucking good right now.
Yeah.
I could taste it and shit. I'm like Hannibal Lecter from long distance. I don't know what got into me. I gotta stop smoking. Lee, you ready for 3 more stars? We gotta take it to the next limit.
I think we had enough stars.
No. We gotta eat 3 more stars. Steve Byrne is here. It's a beautiful night to be alive. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We're on a mission this week. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm gonna take the family on a little 2-day fucking vacation. I
Nice.
do it from time to time, Steve Byrne. If not, they get cagey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Smell that, Steve Burns. Tell the people at home what that smells like.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Great.
Madonna me. Lee, come on, Lee. Let's
Is
go.
that, yeah, it's
Lee,
great,
look.
right?
Done. Look. Boom. One more. Out of respect.
I'll
It's
have one more.
Sure. Like, there's one more. There's 2 more. You gotta eat 2 more.
No, come
I
on.
just ate 2. Come on. Let's go. What the fuck? Let's go. One more out of respect. It's fucking Monday night. I ain't gonna see you the rest of the week. Who loves you more?
Oh, there it is. Oh, no, kill it.
It's still here, Lee. And let's leave it alone.
Yeah.
I want to see what direction it goes.
It's going to come to me because you're going to be...
Yeah, I just saved you. Whoa, there it goes.
God damn it.
Are you going to eat this?
No.
Yes, he's going to eat that. He has no choice. It's Monday night. He has all
Been
week.
contaminated by roach legs.
No. This is you because you eat pizza in here, you eat chips, and you get Uber Eats at night. You fucking.
I didn't eat Uber Eats tonight.
That's right. You get Uber Eats at night. Eat that star, please. You gotta catch up to me. I ate 2 stars. Come on, let's go. Come on. What's the difference, Lee? What the fuck?
So am I already.
Jesus
He
Christ!
is talking
This is
like he
tears.
just got divorced and she took a half
Please.
everything.
He don't even know that.
She took
yet.
everything.
He don't even know that. yet.
gone.
She's an attorney. He married an attorney.
Yeah.
He's done. Even if she moves out now, she's taking 3/4 of the furniture by California law. This fucking Momo gave
Been there
her.
since November.
He gave her half the fortune. This fucking Momo. He just met her on the street on Mets.com. He gave her half the fortune. 1 more year, she's eligible to all your Gitas. Did you know that?
There's not the...
2 more years. That's it. 2 years. Your common law marriage in California. You kick her out, she takes half your salary. Fuck nut. You'll be doing 22 podcasts a day just to survive. You're lucky I'm your Uncle Joey. You know what I'm saying? You'll be podcasting in your sleep.
Jesus Christ.
Lee, are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
He's always okay. Eat the star and get it over with, please. Why are you insulting me? Look at poor Dr. Belisa. She ate a piece of chocolate. She's in distress. Oh, this is a party here, Steve Byrne. Look at this. 1 star. I ate 2 of them back to back to back. Come on, Lee, please. You're insulting me here. Look at him. He's sweating profusely.
No, I'm not. I'm dry as fuck.
You want to do a bong hit?
Not real. Oh, my God. See, and this doesn't end when the recording stops. It's not like Joey ends and he's, like, proper. He's like, oh, that was a good show. This goes for hours. You want a bong hit? You want another star?
What do you think I'm sitting here? I got to be a good host. How can I have you sit here if you don't want to do bong hits? We do bong hits
Maybe
here.
he loves you, dude.
Steve
Maybe he
Byrne
cares
don't
about
do
you.
bong hits, so I don't bother
Yeah, I
him.
guess.
This is how friends treat each other. You don't know that?
If I had whiskey, I'd be offering it to Steve Byrne. I didn't
Yeah.
know he liked whiskey, but he's driving also, so I got to
I'm
watch
driving,
his
yeah.
back.
I'm driving.
But I
Yeah,
don't-
but
I
it's a
don't give
different
fuck
kind of
about that.
friendship.
You're
You have
used
a
to
different
this,
kind of
yeah.
friendship, yeah.
You live 4 blocks away. You
coworkers.
ain't bothering nobody.
Yeah.
You don't even see a cop on the ride home.
No, I don't.
No, you don't
Yeah,
see
you
a cop.
load it up. Yeah, give him another star.
You don't leave here till 4 in the morning.
I'm going
He's
to treat you
still-
like an orc at SeaWorld.
You're gonna
We're
eat that
just gonna
star?
keep- Hey, you
Whoa,
piece of
whoa,
shit,
whoa,
put that
whoa,
in, put it in your mouth.
Put that back. No, let's
Yeah, put
go
that in
one
your
at a
mouth.
time.
Put that in your
What do you
mouth.
think this is? The sissy
Put it in your
hour?
mouth.
Let's go.
Put it in
your
your
mouth.
fucking
Look at
mouth.
that.
Put it in your
Unbelievable.
mouth. Put it
Fucking
in your
guest
mouth.
gotta catch it. Can you believe what he tried to do?
I'm not
Ladies
hiding
and
it.
gentlemen,
It's right there.
ladies and gentlemen,
It's
you
right
caught him.
there.
This is what I've been
You know what?
suspecting.
You got to digest it in your asshole now.
This
You got to put it in your butthole.
This is what I've been
That's where it'll
suspecting
No, there's
since
no,
fucking
there's
day
no,
one.
Am I on camera here? Let's
Stealing
see.
stars.
You will internally
He got-
take it through
he
your
got
butthole.
He got those chocolates, and he put them in the fake bag.
No, they're not.
He
Oh
got
my
those.
god.
What do you call those Kit Kats? And he put
I'm
them in the fake
protesting.
bag.
I'm in protest.
And he made a tape, and I could tell he wasn't eating real marijuana because he was eating the chocolate and smiling. Eat that fucking star, Lee. Don't make me go over there and stab you in the heart.
Ah, come on, man.
Let's go. Everybody ate 9 tonight. I ate 10. You got to eat 9 tonight.
You're not eating 10.
Yes, I did.
Every time it's too much.
I ate 8 plus 2. What's that in my fucking country? Okay, then. Eat the
I
star.
didn't see the
Please,
8.
please stop complaining. I ate them right in front of you. Go back to the videotape. Go back to the videotape tonight.
Can I get a paper towel?
And you'll
please?
count 8 of them.
What happened?
Eat the star first, and I'll give you the paper towel.
Did you
Let's
jizz on your
go.
pinky? What's on your pinky?
What's on your
Purple
pinky?
jizz?
This is
Smoke
THC
jizz?
jizz. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
well,
it.
just lick that. You're a savage.
You're a man.
Eat that with the star. Jesus
Yeah, eat it with the
Christ.
star.
Dude,
Jesus.
you have no idea how high I'm on.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
you know
matter.
how high? What's 2
You know
more?
how high?
What's 2 more 100
What's 2 more?
milligrams? And licking your finger gonna do to you at this
Just
point.
repeating everything.
Steve, it's hard to believe you say I'm not high when you've been asking me if I'm
Jesus
okay.
Christ, Lee. This is every week. Last week, the kid called me when he left. Danny Byrne. He goes, I was embarrassed. I had to talk to Lee like that. Yeah, because this is every week. Eat the goddamn star and knock it
fine.
off.
Lee, honestly, you look very alert.
Yeah.
Thank
well,
you. I thought so.
Yeah, like if you were in the exit row of a plane, they'd be like, "This guy's definitely a hero."
This guy's the pilot.
Yeah.
If
This is-
anything happens.
Yeah,
This is
There
every
it
week.
is.
This is every week we have this
Yeah, because
conversation.
you mean fucking.
hand to mouth.
Let's
you
go,
know how to do
Lee.
it.
What the fuck?
You know the drill.
Let's go, Lee. What the fuck? It
Yeah.
takes so long.
There you go. There you go. Do it, big boy. Big boy.
There you go.
There you go. You're like Joey Chestnut with the last Nathan's hot dog. 2-minute mark. Lee, are you?
Swallow the fucking thing, Lee, please. Just swallow it, Lee. What do you mean?
There you go. There you go. You're a man. You're a grown
napkin now,
man.
please.
You did it.
There's no more napkins,
It's
huh?
I see it right there.
You did the big boy stuff. That's it.
We gotta have a good time on the show from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
Lee, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. That motherfucker. Everyone saw that on tape too. Fuck you. No, give me the good one. Don't give me one.
I'm just testing you, cocksucker. He's gonna wipe the THC off his finger. This is what, we gotta eat another one before the Stars night. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's the 4th of July weekend celebration. If you're gonna make a comeback, you're gonna make a comeback. What else is going on? You said you did a document, Terry.
Did a documentary film.
Documentary.
Yeah, just wrapped it. You know, we have a little bit more work to do, obviously, but
You
the
directed?
bones of it are done. Yeah, Amazing
shit,
Jonathan.
Steve Byrne?
Yeah, Amazing Jonathan. You know, he's a staple in Vegas. Comedy Central back in the '90s. Huge
Yeah, I remember
Vegas
when I was
headliner.
a kid. Yeah.
So he was recently diagnosed with cardiomyopathy, and basically like half his heart is dead. And he was told 3.5, 4 years ago that he had a year to live. So he retired, and then he made a return to the stage, and I was like, somebody should document that. And I just thought, well, fuck it, I'll just go document it. So I documented it, and then as most documentaries spiral and take a life of their own, it started off as one thing and became something totally kind of different and heartwarming and sweet. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, it'll come out within the next year and a half. Yeah. So he's an amazing story. He's a great guy. He's fucking hilarious. Like truly fucking hilarious. And I'm glad that we're creating a vehicle for another generation to get used to him again and see his talent and appreciate him. You okay, Lee?
No, I love it. I thought it was hysterical when I was a kid.
What are you doing,
Because
man?
I grew up in the 90s, and I used to love all those Rick Mills, Comedy Central
Yeah.
all those.
Oh, it's so funny. The windmill at the end.
Yeah. And I know Joey. I mean, I like magic. It's cool. I was a fan of his. I mean, not like a diehard, but it was cool.
Yeah.
The documentary is pretty. I didn't know he was sick. Yeah,
Are
so-
you?
something in there made sense. Take it. Take
You know,
what you
it's
want.
funny. I saw him once in Seattle.
He's looking at me like he's like I'm a prosecutor, and he's like, "Did I say the right thing?" Then
He's
Can I
all
leave
fucking done. This poor bastard. He don't know it yet. He knows I love him to
Yeah.
death. He's over here fucking rocking it every night. This week he's got to buy. He's got the rest of the week off. He doesn't even have to train. But Lee, when we make a comeback on Sunday, we're hitting this motherfucker with 10 bungs. We're going on a 10 bung tear. So if I was you, I'd take that medium bung home.
Start training.
And practice over the weekend. You know, I just thought about a hot dog burp. A good New York City Sabret dog, when you burp that motherfucker with onions and mustard.
Oh, come
After
on.
you have a can of Coke, you know that you burped it.
But when you have that burp, you're like, I could have another one now.
Oh, fuck yeah.
yeah,
this
it's
is
almost
delicious.
like a. It's almost like
Do
a.
you miss living in New York at all?
I miss the fun of like going from set to set and like that high of going from club to club and reading the room and seeing all your friends. I miss that part. But now with the wife and kids, it's like I can never see myself living in New York City again. It's just, I don't know. I like having a yard.
How old are you now, Steve Byrne?
42.
You're still going on the road 4 weeks a month.
Yeah.
You don't take no weeks off.
I take probably 4 or 5 weeks off a year. That's kind of, yeah.
In
I
a
just
row,
grind.
Or
No. You know, sporadically. But I'm grinding, you know. It's, you know, what other choice do I have? It's the career I've pursued the last 20 years of my life. And yeah, I mean, definitely it's gotten harder as I've gotten older, especially the last year or two. It's become a lot more difficult because I have a 5-year-old and almost a 2-year-old. So it's tough to leave the kids, but you got to keep the lights on, you know. But I think the trap a lot of comics fall into is not staying relevant, not writing, not creating, not creating different opportunities even for yourself. I've never in a million years thought I'd be directing a documentary film that we're submitting to all the festivals. I never in a million years would I ever.
Never, yeah.
But doing it, and it's just another experience, and it's another creative outlet. So I really appreciate it. And maybe it'll lead to other things, but at the end of the day, if this doc is the only doc I ever did or only film I ever did, I'd be so proud of it because I really am. I'm really proud of the relationship we conveyed in it, and I showed it to Jonathan. He got up. He said, "It's great. I love it," and he left the room. I think maybe to think about what he'd just seen, but hearing his praise of the film meant more to me than I could never make a dime off of the film, and I'd be happy knowing that he appreciated and loved what he saw.
How long is the film?
90 minutes.
And
Hour
you
and a half.
cover the whole tour or just his comeback?
It's hard to explain, but yeah, a little bit everything.
Is Shame Attack
Yeah.
still open for him? Or
I don't know.
She was
No.
opening for him years ago.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He
Yeah.
was like, she was open for him and she was his assistant.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows what happened?
Yeah, but it's damn good, and I think it's something that even most jaded comedians could take a look at and go, "That's fucking good." Because it's, you know, I think when you do those things, it's like, what would I want to see? And that's the reason I did it. It's like I'd want to see that film, and I was like, well, I'll fucking go do it. I'll see if I can do it, and I think we pulled it off.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
It's always good to do different things to keep you fresh in comedy also.
Yeah.
I look at comics sometimes. Like
I have a new
sat
documentary called Hot Dog Burp. It's
You
coming
do?
out.
That's
Yeah.
a good one, too. It's funny how over the years you pay attention to your career,
Yeah.
but you also keep your eyes on other people. And since I've been here 20 years, I've watched the rise and fall and how they've done it, how Montreal, they went and got a deal. And
Yeah.
once the deal fell through, they were lost. And it's so weird how... the thing about being a comic is that you go through the ups and downs. Like, and I used it the other night. Margaret Cho, Tom Rhodes, and Greg Giraldo. They were scapegoats of the 90s after Tim Allen's success on Roseanne. The networks went looking for the next comic superstar.
Yep.
They tried with a Korean American, they tried with a Spanish kid, and they tried with whatever he was, Greg Giraldo. And all three of them got yanked off the fucking air. You know, Tom Rhodes, you know. And I always think about those guys, how they were all in like 2 seasons, 3 seasons, and how I would have felt, you know. And me at that time, when I moved here, I would have quit comics. That's the type of pussy I am.
Yeah.
Now I know that you don't quit comedy. It's your
Oh yeah.
bread and butter. Like people
Yeah.
have come and gone since I've been here, Steve Byrne. And you sit there and go, Jesus Christ. I had, deep conversations about comedy with them.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they just quit?
Yeah.
How the fuck? We just had a great conversation about future, and those guys weren't really real. You know, they didn't like it when the waters got murky.
Yeah.
Waters get murky for years here.
Oh yeah.
Nothing stays adrift for long in this career.
No.
You have 3 good months, then you have a month of murky waters. Then you have 2 good months, then you have another month of murky waters. Lee, do you see why that bug keeps attacking you and it keeps coming back? Because you reek and you keep eating that hummus. And it attracts those fucking bugs.
Maybe it's the stars.
No, see, if you eat more stars, the THC stinks them away. See, that's what... Oh, there it is on the floor. He's going your way, Lee.
Kill
That
him.
way.
Kill him.
That way.
Stomp
There he
on
is.
him. Kill him dead.
He's going your way, Lee. So, yeah. Every night we get attacked by a bug, and it's always him. Last week it was a bee with Ralphie.
Well, maybe
May.
you bring him in. Or you?
It's not me.
I don't know.
Listen, let's pretend I bring him in. Why do they go to you?
Because you trained them to my sense.
Yeah,
You know my
I
things.
train them to my sense.
You have Hollywood friends. I don't know if you have bug friends.
Leave me the fuck alone. What
There's
do you
bug
think?
people.
Like I hang out with somebody from A&E, you cocksucker.
Fucking
And when does this film premiere? What do you think?
I don't know. We're gonna
So it's
submit
an edit right now, then you have
Yeah,
to submit
tail
it
end
to
of
a bunch
editing.
festivals.
Yeah, and then we'll submit it over the. I think by October is when you have to submit it. So it'll be, the edit, sound, color, all that will be done by then, and then we'll submit it. and We'll see what happens. But I like our chances. I think it's. Of course, when you do it, you think, oh yeah, it's fucking great. But I really truly believe it's something I'll be. I'm proud of it now. I'll be proud of it when people get the opportunity to see it. That's for sure.
Listen, man, the thing is taking chances.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing in life. If you don't take chances and you just protect the little that you have, what are you going to grow from it? You're not going to fucking grow from it at all.
Yeah.
This is a growth process. This is... If you would have came to me 20 years ago and told me this, I would have fucking told you to go fuck yourself. Now, I'm the first one that tells comics, slow the fuck down. This is not a fucking race, man. This is
It's a marathon, totally, yeah.
And you're going to see how many people drop out of this race.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, there you are.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're funny and everybody? No. Because you outlasted everybody.
Yeah.
You're not funny, everybody. You just outlasted everybody. You took the number at the deli.
Yeah.
You know how you take that number at 63?
Yeah.
It's a long wait.
Yeah.
But it's a long way to the top of rock and roll. That deli sign could either go quick
Yeah.
or it could go fucking slow. It's up to you if you know how to cut and maneuver. Listen, I'm just going to get a quarter pound of potato salad. Do you mind if I go in front of you? That's the game here. The game, we're still here 20 years.
Yeah.
I sit here and scream. What do you think? I wake up in the morning, jump up and down? I wake up every morning, get on my hands and knees, and I go, God, who's badder than you bad motherfucker? I've been here 20 years, and nobody found out yet that I'm just a sack of shit.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that I'm not funny. I just fucking jump up and down and yell.
Yeah.
And there should be so many comics that should wake up every morning and get hand on their heels and go, Lord, please, thank you for giving me another day and for not letting them know I'm a fucking sack. You know what I'm saying? So I get up every morning. I think, and even the other night, I was driving to the Comedy Store on a Sunday night, and I got to be honest with you, as I was parking the car, I go, what the fuck possessed me to call the store on a Sunday night? Who the fuck am I? I got a 2-year-old, 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And as I'm backing on my driveway, I go, Joey, 54, you're still doing spots at the Comedy Store on a Sunday night at 10:45. How lucky are you?
Yeah.
I think back to Holtzman going, you don't want your spot? Don't do it.
Yeah.
Put a sign outside and tell people I have the 10:45 spot. Who wants to do it? See how many people sign up for it.
Yeah.
You really think about it that way. How fortunate I am. So
Yeah.
when
It's
I
an
saw,
elite club, yeah.
when I saw the end, I was going Saturday night. I was on Long Island, and you were at the store, and they took a picture of you and they put it on Twitter, and I'm like, he's home. It's good to.
Yeah.
You got it, bro. You got to go down there. You gotta
Yeah,
go
even
down.
the week off, I still went to the store. I was like, I gotta.
You got to go down there. Nobody says you got to go down 4 nights and
Yeah.
go run over to Jay
Yeah, 2
Davies'
nights,
joint and do 8 spots and do the main room in the original room and do the belly room. Listen, the kids go to bed at 9, 8. I got to read a book, dog.
Yeah.
I can't make your fucking belly room show at 8 o'clock. All right. So knock that shit off. You want me down there at 10:15? I'll be down there at 10:15. What's bothering you, Lee? What do you got on your elbow now? What is it, buddy?
More goo. No, but don't forget about Tony Bennett.
Well, put it on. Don't you forget about it. It's a beautiful Monday, 26th of June. Can't get no better than this. Unbelievable what I gotta deal with.
Your producer?
Huh? That's my producer wiping THC goo off his elbow.
That's white goo.
Can you wait till you get home, fuck nut?
No, that's like that's 12,000 years in prison. This goo.
Like that fucking bed bug that's following you, bites you in the leg, cocksucker.
I knew you sent me on that.
What are you gonna do? You got a lot of work coming up, or you sitting tight for a few weeks?
No, I'm hitting the road, and I just started writing a new hour. So I got like 15 minutes.
What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I got
What
another
a fucking
45 to
nightmare,
go.
that first 15 to go. What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
And then little by little you start connecting the dots and you pick up a quick 20.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, I'm halfway fucking there. I'm cooking with gas. But then you put the whole hour together and you're like, wait a second, I'm doing my hour every fucking night for the last 8 weeks, polishing it up. All these people are seeing it. Once they see it again, I'm fucked up. Let me write another half hour to throw them off in here so I don't have the same thing. Then the week that you tape it, you book Thursday and you do a show, a warm-up show, just to get your shit tight, maybe 2 on Friday, and you tape Saturday. That's a ticket, how I would do it next time, to be fucking loose. And
Yeah.
but I'd work on an hour and a half so they wouldn't see the whole thing. When they watch the special, they go, I saw this. I just saw this in Minneapolis. I just saw this.
Right.
That's why I never could figure out. That's why I can't just, I can't, I gotta break it up. I can only go out twice a month.
Yeah.
The rest of it kills me. Between the podcast and my wife, I'm a little on the older side, dog. That long 6-hour flight kills me for 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, look, you know, there's times where I'm exhausted and I'm like, it's not wanting to perform because I love performing. It's the flight. It's getting on a plane. It's going to the airport. It's the pickup. It's doing morning press. All that shit I fucking can't stand. The gig itself is fucking brilliant. I love the gig. I love going up. And the minute I go on stage and I'm introduced and you see those people and they're clapping, it's like, this is why I got on the plane. So, I mean, it works, but it's gotten tougher as I've gotten older, for sure. When I was younger, it was like the fucking greatest.
No, when I was younger,
best, yeah.
I would leave in September and come back in January. I was one of those savages. And send clothes home.
Yeah.
Every week I'd stop at a fucking Walmart, buy new undies, socks.
Yeah.
If it didn't have holes in it, I'd put it in a box and send it home.
Yeah.
Right to Josh Wolf's house. I'd get back and have 4 boxes after 4 months.
Yeah.
Anywhere you went, you picked up cheap tour clothes.
Yeah.
It's going to fuck up anyway. You're going to lose at the airport. It's going to get wet. In those days, I was flying Frontier and the B Airlines. You know, now you fly the A Airlines.
Yeah.
But for a while, you fly the B Airlines. That means you get there and your luggage is wet, Jack. And ain't nobody giving you no
If
cash.
it's there.
If it's there.
Yeah.
Frontier.
It's always
What was
wet.
the other one? There was like 4 of them. Frontier, Spirit.
Spirit's so...
Oh, you'll lose your luggage for sure.
Yeah.
Your luggage is an fucking...
You complain on Spirit, they're like, be lucky you got a seat.
Yeah. That's the one where you got to pay as you get on, right? You pay for the seat, and
You pay for all everything.
Oh, you want a fruit basket? That's an extra $18. Oh, you want a blanket?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, they go as far as like a carry-on. They don't. There's nothing for free. You if you want to go on for free, you have to walk on by yourself. No backpack, no nothing.
I'm surprised they don't make you break $1, so you got to put a quarter in those things to use a toilet. You know, like in New York, sometimes you got to get changed to go take a piss.
The worst.
Yeah. Spirit, I wouldn't be surprised if they're 6 months away from that shit.
how crazy is that? We used to pay a quarter to take a piss.
Yeah.
Or a nickel. It was like a nickel or a dime. Then we figured out you could put slugs in there. Once me and my friends could get slugs in New York City, game over, bitch.
How much did slugs cost?
10 cents on a dollar or something. They didn't give a fuck. It was all profit. Some guy at some fucking metal shop would just cut circles
Yeah.
in the shape of nickels, and they'd buff them out maybe.
Yeah.
Those things were sharper than fuck. You reach in your pocket for one of those things, you got 4 stitches. You had to fucking do it slowly, Jack. You know, after a while, you just get slugs for everything. You just figure out the ones for the phone. You get the. It was such a corrupt New York when I was growing up. Like when I left New York in '85, it was still so fucking. Everything was so attainable, and I got to be honest with you, I didn't like it.
How easy it was.
Didn't like it, man.
Yeah.
It was very scary easy. You go into the city at 4 in the morning and go to an apartment and announce a blow, or give them 10 minutes, they'll have a kilo here.
Yeah.
Show them the cash, take it back to the car, that kilo will be here within 15 minutes. You want a weapon, guy introduces you to a 9mm. It shot 4 people. Hotter than fuck, $75 off the press.
Yeah.
I'll take it. What else you got? Well, my friend across the neighborhood got a fucking tank with a missile up in the Bronx. He's looking for 20 G's cash right now. You know what? I got 15.7 in the car. Can I take it? Let me make a call. 15K right now? I'll take the fucking thing. You know, New York was that attainable at one time. When I really saw the guts in New York, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This is not good for a guy like me.
Yeah.
You know, because I know how to hustle. You come up to me and go, I need a dirty gun. I know I can get it for 75. Give me 200. Right now, 200. Boom. I just made $1.25. I didn't do nothing. I just drove you into the city.
Yeah.
And gave you a gun. You know, I wasn't thinking about who you're gonna shoot. I know you're gonna shoot your mother in the fucking head. Now I feel terrible. You know what I'm saying? So it's but it's that's what I didn't like, how easy, accessible life was in the '80s in New York. It's very scary.
Yeah.
To think that, but it was very true. Quaaludes, you know, you could. Prescriptions were easy. You know, you fell, we get you an attorney. I mean, everything was such a robbery, you know.
Right.
I'll never forget 1988, 89. If you rented a dumpster, the regular construction dumpsters, 16 feet by 8 feet, those regular ones.
Yeah.
In Colorado, a dumpster a day was $200 with pickup. That same dumpster in New Jersey was $2,200.
Jesus, what?
Everything in New York, it at that time was just a fucking crime what they were doing. And I know stories that I feel bad about now, but then I was like, Jesus Christ, like just jobs that people got, no-show jobs. Like New York was just one big fucking scam when I was growing up. You know, APA trucking was a great place for a young man. You got out of high school and you didn't have a job and you were half retarded. Go Jets, Jets, Jets. Those guys.
Yeah.
What do you think those guys that cheer for the Jets that go to the games and you see them going, go Jets, Jets, Jets. What do you think the opportunities are for that poor bastard?
Yeah.
He goes to APA trucking, a guy like that. He gets 24 an hour right out of high school.
Yeah.
16 hours a night, 5 nights a week. Dude are fucking mad. That dude's buying a house in a year.
Yeah.
Because he lives with his mother. He drinks on Fridays. He watches the Jets.
Yeah.
And he's a mule. And he'll be a mule for 10 years. He'll never miss a night of work.
Yeah.
But to get into the union, you have to work 8 days. The shop steward's job is to make sure they don't hire any. They don't let nobody work 8 days in 2 months.
Right.
Your job is to get the 8 days. So you got to pay somebody.
Yeah.
So you go there at 8 o'clock, you stand on line. I'm just making an imaginary situation up. And it's like on the waterfront. They pick you. They pick Lee, they pick me. It's because I gave the guy a $50 bill.
Yeah.
You know, I figured, let me pay $100. I get 2 nights of work. You know, in those days it was $18, 16 hours at $18 for 2 nights for a guy like me.
Yeah.
That's a score, Jack. You know? And I had to pick up Volkswagen fucking hoods. Like, I'll never forget carrying the hood of a Volkswagen. Like, you know, picking it up and going, Jesus Christ, picking up engines. Like, your back goes after a while. But if you're a mule anyway, it's not a bad job, though.
Yeah.
You could buy a longshoreman's book when I was growing up for $1,500. $1,500, you could start shaping, dog.
Yeah.
And that's a fucking, you get on with a company, You don't work. I mean, my friend's dad, my good friend Timmy, his dad. I mean, in the old days, like if you worked, you made like $1,000. But even if you didn't work, you got like $144 a day, which ain't
Back then is pretty fucking awesome.
82. That's not a fucking bad little score. You know what I'm saying? You got a spot tonight or something?
No, my wife is my wife's on my hide, so yeah, I should get going soon.
Yeah. Let me give a shout out here.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Steve Byrne.
Always good to see you.
I'm happy about this movie.
Thank you so much.
I was very excited about your special.
Thank you.
I was also very excited about, just that you're out. You're still fucking doing your thing.
Grinding.
That's all you can do.
That's all we're doing, right?
D in Colorado. My girl Meg. Kanye 6. Kane. Jay Pretorius. Not Rob G. Andre Neves, PhD. Cynthia Chin Says. And Burt Macklin. I'm going to be at the motherfucking Ice House Thursday night, the 29th, 8:30, working out with Uncle Joey. $10. I got 6 topics. We'll go over them like family. Then the following week, I'm at the South Point Casino, hidden in the Hudson, what is it called? The Federal Witness Relocation Plan at the end of the strip.
Yeah.
Don't make sure you come to the South Point 7:30 show. I'll have you out of there by 9, and you go see Rogan at 10 with Tony Hinchcliffe. Who's better than your Uncle Joey? Where you at next week, Tarzan?
I'm at the Hollywood Improv Friday, and then next week I go to DC Draft House, and then I go off to Montreal for 2.5 weeks for the
Who's
Just for
fucking
Laughs.
better than you? Going to Montreal like a soldier.
Like a soldier.
All our Canadian people get Cassius Morris on it
Yeah.
to make a call and go fucking take the troops to go see you. We'll get my girl Charlie to go see you in Montreal.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Thanks, bud.
That's what you're supposed to be doing. All right, go ahead. We're going to do like 15 minutes after you. If you got to go, I'm happy you
I love you, boys.
showed
Thank
up
you
and
so
then
much.
go to the hockey
Nice
game
to see you,
tonight.
Lee, oh my God. I love you. Okay, take care, buddy. Love you, Joey.
Brother. Yeah, go through here.
Thank you so much, bud. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, brother.
You got it, guys.
What's up, Lee Syatt? It's fucking Monday. What do you got planned for the rest of the week? I'm going to go away with the family. I'm very excited. I'm going to hook up with my daughter's godfather. You know, I want her to have a relationship with the godfather. He's bringing his daughter, so I'm taking a flight tomorrow morning. And we're going to hook up for 2 days, so I'll be back in town Thursday night for the show.
She is the princess of Burbank Airport.
Who?
Mercy.
Well, this is her first time flying out of there. She's never flown out of
Do you think
Burbank
she'll like it? I
before.
think that'll be
I
fun.
don't
I think it'd be really cool to come out on the tarmac as a little kid.
Nah, I don't fucking know. But I'm excited that I'm taking her away for 2 days with my wife just to, I got to do something different. Trust me, I was against it because you know me. I have to go to jiu-jitsu and stick to it. But I'm gonna do some drill class tomorrow at 10:30. I'll be home and the car will pick me up and I'll get the fuck out of there later in the afternoon. So it's good for me because, guys, let me tell you something. I'm the laziest sack of shit when it comes to doing stuff with my family of that level. Like, I hate fucking vacations. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not fond of vacations. But I'm not doing it for me. It's not about me. It's about this little girl and her relationship with her godfather. You know, I was talking to somebody today, and nobody really knows. Like, if you're a Catholic, that's one thing. But I think in today's Catholicism world, the godfather-godmother situation is taken very lightly. Where in my world, it was taken very seriously. I was very, 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 very fortunate after my father died that my godfather would pick me up every fucking Saturday and take me to a movie, take me to get a cheeseburger. It was just a really, really good environment. He was the man I needed, you know. And in the Cuban world, when you're a godparent to somebody and a parent or parents die, you're the first one on the scene. That's just an unwritten rule. And let me tell you something, guys, he stuck by it. And like I said, I've told the story before, we were tight till all through my grammar school. But I didn't really know at the time what he did, and he was in Miami half the time. Sometimes he was doing time. Who the fuck knew what he was doing? And when my mother died, he showed up, and we kept in touch. And then one day I called his number, and it was disconnected, and I was very upset. You know, with everything else I had going on in my life at 16 and 17, I forgot all about him. And I saw him in 84, and he befriended me, and we were friends again. And I could lie to you and tell you that from the time of my befriend to him, it was to see what I could get out of him as a godfather. My job was to make him feel guilty so I could get cash out of him or whatever. And he opted to give me coke to sell. You know, that was his way of helping me. And I appreciate it now, but I think about it now, and I think about the movement and how fucking godfatherish it was. I ended up not paying him. He ended up threatening me, looking for me. This went on for years. He moved to South Florida or whatever. People say that when they see him, he's old and he still says shit about me. Like, that's how pissed. And he's not mad at me. I broke his fucking heart, you know? So, I've never been a godfather to anybody, you know? I don't think I'm fucking worthy to be some child's godfather. But when I asked my friend to be Mercy's godfather, I asked him because he's older. I've known him for 40 fucking years, and he's got a daughter too, and I know the type of dude he is. He steps up to the plate, so I'm really fortunate that he called me last week and said, I'm going to San Francisco next week, and I'm going to drive down. And so I said, you know, call me when you get in, and when you get a little closer, I'll fucking meet you somewhere, you know. So he's driving right now. We're going to hook up, and we're going to hit the coast and do a few things, and take my daughter and his daughter to a few little things, and I'll be back Thursday. She gets to spend time with her godfather, her god sister, and I get to take my wife away, and everybody's happy.
Sounds wonderful. And I get to spend time with the cats.
Yeah.
So everybody
Juana's staying over 2 nights, so you could come over in the morning and say hello and talk to Juana in Spanish and see what's going on. We're going to leave Juana over there. That gives me peace of mind, because that's my biggest fear, is them being alone at night.
Oh, okay.
They don't like being alone. I've been around those cats for so long.
I'll probably go over at least and say hello to Harry. I haven't seen Harry.
It's crazy how I never thought this would possibly happen, but I've gotten even tighter with your cats. Like, Demi and Harry are just 2 saints of fucking cats. They really, really are. I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate to have all my fucking cats. But those 2 motherfuckers, we have a bond now. Like today, I was watching something in the news, and Demi sat next to me, and I rubbed his belly, and he grabbed my hand, and I rubbed his chest, and I rubbed under his chin. And I remember 5 years ago, if I would do something like that, he'd get up and run away. Now I just manhandle him. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a complete trust. There's a complete trust with me and Harry. Harry doesn't like to get picked up and kissed.
No?
But I'll still pick him up from time to time and give him a big kiss on the face.
That's surprising to me.
He
seems like a love bug.
He won't hiss or nothing like that. He just doesn't like getting picked up. The girls, Lulu loves love. Today I went up to Lulu and petted her, and she meowed at me. And Evie always sits by the door, so I touch Evie for good luck, and when I come home, Evie's in the same spot, and I touch her because she's always there when I leave, and when I come back, she's the reason why I come back. So I always touch her little head and give her a kiss and tell her I love her. It's just amazing how closer you get with your fucking animals, man. So I'm really happy that I kept them, and they've been by. Interesting weekend, you know. Long Island was fucking phenomenal. 4 shows. They weren't packed shows, but they were great audiences. I want to congratulate Governors, because they've had a movie shoot there called The Comedian, and they've had Crashing shoot there in the last year. They've really done a great job as a comedy club. You know, fucking 15 years ago, Governors was a hellhole.
Oh, really?
Oh, I remember going there in 98. I ran the fuck out of there. That was a fucking hellhole, Jack. So to see what this owner has done with it, to see how nice the place is, my applause. It was a great weekend. Like I said, I'm home this weekend. I have the Ice House Thursday night. And then next weekend we're at the South Point. And the weekend after that we're in St. Louis. Then the weekend after that, July 29th, we got the motherfucking Borgata in New Jersey. And that's how it is, Lee. That's the way it's fucking cracking for the next couple of weeks. I got my jiu-jitsu. I got my health. And that's it, my brother. Let me read these ads and we'll get you the fuck out of here. I appreciate you people listening to the podcast and supporting us in the high level that you have been. This is a good show. You know why? Because I really love you motherfuckers, and I know Lee loves you motherfuckers.
Of course.
Because without you motherfuckers, we would both be doing something we wouldn't want to be doing. Lee would be sitting up all night eating Cheetos and shit. Fucking editing or whatever the fuck it is. But you know what? This podcast is brought to you by Quip. My wife and I got a Quip, and we love it. It is just tremendous. It's easy. The best thing about it's got the little timer, brother, and you can put it on there and it'll brush your teeth nice. It doesn't rip apart your gums. But here's something to chew on. Many recent studies suggest that having good oral health impacts your overall health, which it does. It affects your heart. Yet most of us don't brush our teeth properly. You know what? I'm a nasty motherfucker, but I've always brushed my teeth. You can start with brushing better today. I'll tell you why, including Quip. Introducing Quip, the new company that's refreshing the way people brush their teeth. Quip is an electric toothbrush that packs premium vibration and a timer feature into an ultra-slim design that's half the cost of bulkier brushes. It's basically like Apple designed the toothbrush, but without the big price tag. You have to see it and brush with it yourself. You can even subscribe to receive new brush heads on the dentist recommended 3-month plan for just $5, including free shipping. Quip is backed by the leading dentist and was named as one of the Time magazine's best inventions of 2016. They won the 2016 GQ Grooming Award and made it on Oprah's new 2017 O list. Quip starts at $25. Right now, go to quip.com/Joey to get your first refill pack free with the Quip electronic toothbrush. Let me tell you something. This is the way to go. It's refreshing the way people brush their teeth. That's your first refill pack free at quip.com/Joey. Again, GETQUIP.com/Joey. How's that for you? Number 2, you know me, people. I don't like having something if I don't like it. My favorite items in the world is what I'm about to tell you right now, and it's MeUndies. I love them. I love how comfortable they are, and you can ask my friends. Sometimes I wear a white gi, and I wear colorful MeUndies, and they'll go, Joey, what type of underwears you got on? Even my little daughter says, Daddy's got panties on. But I don't care. I love MeUndies. There's a reason I've been telling you about MeUndies for months now. They're simply the softest, most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear. Once you try them, you won't want to wear anything else, trust me, unless you're naked or you're in a swimsuit. For every other second of your life, there's MeUndies. Every pair of MeUndies is sustainably sourced and made from micromodal, a fabric that's 3 times softer than cotton. Not that. When you sweat, you don't sweat. It retains the coolness all day with this material. If you're used to buying packs of uncomfortable, boring underwear that only come in white, gray, black, or tan, MeUndies will change everything. Because MeUndies comes in all kinds of colors and patterns. And they release a new limited edition pattern each month that's always a sellout. This month, it's rainbow confetti print called Celebrate. Try MeUndies today. Go get the Celebrate pattern before they're all gone at MeUndies.com/Joey, and you'll save 20% off your first order. You know why? Because I love you and I take care of my family. You have to feel for yourself to see why MeUndies has sold over 5 million pairs to date. And if you don't love your first pair of MeUndies, they're free. Get 20% off your first pair, plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/Joey right now. Listen, you know me. These are the underwears to wear right now. They're comfortable, they're cool, they're easy to put on, they come right to your door, you can't beat it. So go to MeUndies.com/Joey. Again, MeUndies.com/Joey. So now, you got a great pair of underwear, but you take them off, and your asshole smells like the 10 dead billy goats. What are you going to do? Guess what? Bidets are back, bitches. HelloTushy.com is going to rock your world. What's Hello Tushy, Joey? It's a portable bidet that you attach right to your toilet, and every time you poop or you don't poop or your balls are stinky, you sit on it, you put the water on, bing, bang, boom, and your ass is tip-top magoo. Lee, am I bullshit?
No, he's not bullshitting you. And even someone like me who can't build anything installed it in under 30 minutes, so it's pretty great.
So there you have it. It's the most comfortable bidet out there. It's tremendous. Comes with a 90-day guarantee. Listen, why should you get ass rot? It's the summer. The humidity gets in there, and it'll eat you out from the inside out. You don't need that. Get a portable bidet. Go to HelloTushy.com right now. What is it, Lee?
Go to HelloTushy.com/church.
And there you go. You get 10% off, okay? And that's the way the party starts. Why should you walk around with the stinkiest asshole in town?
Don't do it.
You ever sit on the train and you smell your own asshole? That's when you know you got problems right there. That's where HelloTushy.com comes in. The best portable bidet out there in the market. 90-day money-back guarantee. It's the one I use and Lee Syatt use, and you're going to be so fucking happy with it, you're not going to know what the fuck to do. You're going to get off Facebook, you're going to quit all this shit, and you're going to sit in the toilet, roll fucking joints, and wait for the pizza delivery man. How you should. That's how good Hello Tushy is. So again, Lee, where do they go?
HelloTushy.com/church.
There you have it. One more time, HelloTushy.com/church. One more time for Quip, and one more time for MeUndies, my most favorite underwear in the world. I'll see you guys Wednesday night. Stay black. I love you.
Thursday night.
Whenever
At the Ice House.
At the Ice House. But we'll see you Wednesday morning, and I'll see you Thursday night, the motherfucking Ice House, 8:30 p.m., working out with Uncle Joey, and the following week at the South Point Casino, and the following week at the motherfucking St. Louis Helium, bitches. So get your shit together. And then July 29th, the Borgata to end this bitch. Philadelphia, get your shit together. There's not a lot of tickets left. Stay black. Uncle Joey loves you.